Good morning, dear students, and welcome back to this session. And here we are going to continue with our discussion of Act 1, Scene 2. And we were discussing about the princely suitors who had already come to Belmont to participate in the lottery of casket in order to win the hand of Portia in marriage. And so far, we discussed about three princely suitors, that is, the Neapolitan prince, the Count Palatine, and the French Lord Monsieur Le Bon. And in this particular video, we'll be discussing about Falconbridge, the young Baron of England, the Scottish Lord, and the young German, who is the Duke of Saxony's nephew. So here, when Nerissa asked Portia about her warmth and feeling for the Falconbridge, who is the young Baron of England, now Portia replies that, I say nothing to him, for he understands not me, nor I him. So Portia and the English Baron, they hardly understand each other. They don't understand each other. Why? Because they are ignorant of each other's language. Now the young Baron of England knew only English, whereas Portia was well versed in Latin, French, and Italian, which were then considered to be the court languages. As far as English is concerned, Portia had very poor knowledge of English. She have a poor pennyworth in English. Pennyworth in English means she has a very poor knowledge of English, and the French Lord does not know Latin, French, or Italian, the languages which are known to Portia. So therefore they could hardly converse with each other. However, Portia admits that the French Lord is a proper man's picture. Is a proper man's picture means he is very smart in his physical appearance. Now, though he is a man of smart physical appearance, but how long can a person talk with a dumb show? Okay. How long can you be with a dumb show? Here, dumb show means a show where there is no exchange of dialogues. In other words, we can say where the characters are dumb or they are not given the power of speech. So it is mime. You must remember the mime which was performed in your annual day function. So a mime is an act where the characters act out to present an idea or a theme, but there is no exchange of dialogues between the characters in such an act. Now, whenever Portia is in the company of Falconbridge, the young Baron of England, she feels that she is acting out a mime because they could hardly converse with each other. No conversation used to take place between them because they lacked the knowledge of the language which was known to other. Moreover, the young Baron of England was also very oddly suited. Suited means he was very oddly dressed. So the English people during that time, there was a fashion, there was a trend that they used to imitate the clothing of the people of other countries and also the customs. So this Englishman, he was very strangely dressed, which made him look like a clown. He was very strangely dressed. Why? Because he has imitated the costume of the people of different other places. Like she says that I think he bought his doublet in Italy. His doublet is from Italy. Doublet here means the jacket which he was wearing. That doublet is from Italy. His round hose is from France. Round hose, the breeches. Breeches means those happens which are till knee height. Tight trousers till knee height. So his doublet is from Italy, his round hose is from France, and his bonnet is from Germany. Bonnet means the round hat which a man wears on his head. So he is very strangely dressed because it is not as per the custom of the people of England. He has borrowed the costume of people of different other countries. His jacket is from Italy, his tight breeches are from France, and his hat is from Germany. And which is more strange, that these Englishmen, they do not only copy the dress of other people, but they also imitate the behavior of other people. So he has borrowed his behavior from everywhere else. So he has borrowed his manners, he imitates the manners of the people of other countries. So by the description given by Portia, we can clearly make out that she has no liking for the young Baron of England. Then we move on to the next suitor, that is the Scottish Lord. So when Nerissa inquired Portia about the Scottish Lord, Portia says that he hath a neighborly charity in him, for he borrowed a box of the ear of the Englishman, and so he would pay him again when he was able. Now neighborly charity means what? Charity for one's neighbor. Okay. So when we get something from neighbor, we don't forget to return that thing to our neighbor. We are always there to help our neighbor. So according, Portia is very satirical here actually. She is saying that the Scottish Lord has a neighborly charity in him. Now why Portia feels that he has a charity of a neighbor? Because the Scottish Lord received a blow on his ear. He received a blow on his ear from the Englishman. He received a blow on his ear from the Englishman. Blow means when you give a blow, punch on the ear. Okay. So he received a blow on his ear from the Englishman and promised that he would return that blow to the Englishman whenever he gets an opportunity. And why was he able to make such a promise? The Scottish Lord was able to make such a promise because the Frenchman was his surety and sealed under for another. Okay, means he sealed, he gave his signature and seal on the agreement, saying that he would provide assurance to the Scottish Lord whenever he makes a mind of returning the blow to the Englishman. Now here Portia makes a reference to the constant quarrels that used to take place between Scotland and England. During that time, Scotland and England were separate kingdoms and they were neighboring kingdoms. And there used to be constant quarrels between Scotland and England, in which the Scots always used to be, most often they used to be defeated by the English. However, the Scots, they promised that they would fight against the English and defeat them, and they were able to promise it. Why? Because of the guarantee which was given to them by the Frenchman, that they will assist the Scottish Lord whenever there is a quarrel with English. They always promised to give the assistance. They signed, the French Lord used to sign his name underneath the Scotsman's signature on the bond, giving a guarantee as a friend, pledging himself that he would help the Scottish Lord in repaying the Englishman the box on the ear. But they always withdrew at the crucial moment. They always withdrew themselves. The French always promised to help the Scots, but they rarely kept their promises. Okay. And then Nerissa inquires Portia about the young German, who was the Duke of Saxony's nephew. Portia says that very wildly in the morning when he is sober, and most wildly in the afternoon when he is drunk. So Portia says that she likes the German Duke very badly. Very wildly means very badly. She does not like the German Duke at all. She thinks of the German Duke very badly when he is sober. When he is sober means when he is in his consciousness, when he is in his senses, that is early in the morning. And Portia's opinion becomes even more worst about the young German in the afternoon, because in the afternoon the German Duke used to be fully drunk. He was a dullard, he was a drunkard. Okay. And Portia says that this young German is little worse than a man when he is best. When the German Duke is at his best, that is early in the morning, he is little worse than a man. He cannot be considered as a man. He is little worse than a man. But in the afternoon when he is worst, he is little better than a beast. So at no point of time he can be considered as a man. And here in Shakespearean language means if. If the worst fall that ever fell, I hope I shall make shift to go without him. Portia says that if the worst thing that could ever happen in the life of Portia, if it happens, what is the worst thing that could happen? The Portia has no liking for the German Duke because he is a dullard. And the worst thing that could happen at this particular moment is that this dullard wins in the lottery of casket and succeeds in winning the hand of Portia in marriage. So Portia says that if that ever happens, then she will make shift to go without him. She will refuse to get married with him. She will manage to not to marry the German Duke. Then Nerissa reminds Portia that if Portia goes without the German Duke in that case, and even if the German Duke makes the right choice of the casket, then it would mean that she is refusing to perform her father's will, and therefore she might become a disobedient daughter. Okay. So if Portia refuses to accept the German Duke even after his winning the lottery of casket, then it would mean that Portia is refusing to accept her father's will. So at this Portia says that therefore I pray you. So Portia is very wise also, witty also, clever. So she tells Nerissa, therefore I pray you that since she is afraid that the worst thing might happen in her life, that the German Duke may win in the lottery of casket. So how to prevent the German Duke from winning in the lottery of casket? She is requesting Nerissa that Nerissa must put a deep glass of Rhenish wine on the contrary casket. That means the casket which does not contain the portrait of Portia. Now Rhenish wine means very high quality wine. The wine which is made from the grapes collected in the Rhine Valley. So wine that is made from the grapes that grows in Rhine Valley, it is very high quality wine. So she tells Nerissa that Nerissa must put a deep glass of Rhenish wine on the contrary casket, and then she is sure that if the devil is within, now devil is within means the German Duke is a dullard, he is a drunkard, so always he will be tempted towards a glass of wine. So that if the devil is within and the temptation without, so he is a drunkard and the glass of wine is outside, then obviously he will go for that casket, and therefore he will make a wrong choice of the casket. And in this way Portia can easily manage to shift or to not to get married with the German Duke, and at the same time not to disobey her father's will also. So without disobeying her father's will, she thinks of a plan to get rid of the German Duke. And she requested Nerissa that Nerissa must set a deep glass of Rhenish wine on the contrary casket, so that the German Duke, being a drunkard, will always go for the glass of wine, and thereby he will make a wrong choice of the casket. And Portia tells Nerissa that she is ready to do anything before she gets married with a sponge. Who is a sponge? A sponge is a person who is completely soaked in drink. Just like a sponge is completely soaked in water, this German Duke is completely absorbed in drink. That is the reason why he is referred to as a sponge. So thank you. We will continue from here.